pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Before we open the meeting, take a few moments of silence, please. Remember a president who just passed away, a great man, and also all the men and women in uniform. Thank you. We'll open the meeting at 2 after 6. Let's see here. Do we have any adjustments to the agenda, John? No. Okay, thank you. I need a motion to approve the minutes of November 19th.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we approve the minutes of November 19, 2018 regular selectmen's meeting with any changes or corrections.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Are there any changes, corrections? Hearing none? No, was there? No? All in favor? No opposed. Thank you.
Steve, can I just ask a question? On the website, the video hasn't been added consistently for the selectmen's meetings. I had someone ask, if there's a reason why video isn't, for each meeting isn't on the website.
We'll look into it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? Item number 4 is public to speak.
Sorry.
If anybody else gets a phone, put on vibrate or something. I know you all need to keep in contact. That's true. Public to speak under non-agenda items. Remember, non-agenda items. We're not going to have a debate on marijuana in this one. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So David Miller, I'm the director of Rangeley Lakes Heritage Trust. I'm here just to thank the community for its support for our Headwaters program, preventing invasive plants in the lakes and water quality stuff. And I want to report that we inspected 1,700 boats. We caught 5 invasive plants. We had about 13,000 volunteer hours over the summer. And again, I want to just thank the whole community for chipping in to keep our lakes clean the way they should be. And just an update, the Trust is collaborating with a bunch of other nonprofits in town on something called Rangeley Connects, and we are looking to the future of seeing how we can bring more people to Rangeley in the shoulder seasons to do outdoor things that kind of fit in with the lifestyle here. And one of the first things we're going to do is a birding festival this coming June. First week, June 7th through 9th. I'll get more info about that as we go out there. And also, we're working with Rangeley Friends of the Arts to do an artist trail that kind of goes year-round. Artists will go to some of the more well-known painting, photography sites, paint a picture, upload it to a website, and then we'll have a juried show at the end of the year, hopefully with give away a free Harley or something, we'll see. Thanks.
Thank you. Any comments from the board? Yeah. Anything? I don't know if you know this, but before they took the town meeting away, I used to stand up each year and make a report. I still serve on the Committee for Invasive Species in Augusta with John McFedrin and group. When I was on the board of the Advisory Council for Inland Fisheries and Wildlife, we started off with a $0 budget in trying to protect our lakes and bodies throughout the state of Maine. The biggest importer at the time for invasive species was Walmart when they had their aquarium programs. And how it got so prevalent in the state of Maine is because somebody would fill up their aquarium with beautiful little guppies and all sorts of little plants that they thought were beautiful from Walmart. And when they got sick of it, into a body of water that was near them. In 4.5 years, we went from 0 bodies of water infected with Eurasian milfoil and a number of other aquatic invasive species, which, by the way, landlocked salmon are here, and Mooselook and Rangeley and the Richardsons and so on, to 13 lakes. And it can grow exponentially, and it took us a little while. And the only reason I'm giving you this history is we don't have this opportunity anymore publicly to encourage taxation dollars to support this effort, and it's a noble effort, and it's a necessary effort. So I can encourage you, I hope to encourage you to find another way, mechanism to get out to these people, because it may seem like it's a special interest group.
Right.
This is a global interest group, in my opinion, relative to the Rangeley Lakes region. And we have to pay close attention to it, because Round Pond could be green in no time flat. It's a shallow pond to begin with, and that just would perpetrate throughout the lakes. Thank you for your time and efforts.
Thanks, Steve.
Alrighty. Anybody else? Public to speak? Non-agenda items? Once, twice? Thank you. Appreciate it. Boards and committees. Sewer Commission, we received minutes from October 9th and October 15th commitment. Any questions, comments on that on the board? These minutes are available to anybody in the town. All you need to do is come and ask the town office fine staff, which, by the way, I do not say tongue-in-cheek. They are a fine staff. You should all be happy with their performances. They're excellent people, and I appreciate all the hard work they do. Consent items. Number 1, marijuana moratorium extension.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to extend the marijuana moratorium for another 180 days.
Second.
Discussion from the board.
So it looks like we received an email from Ellen Oppenheim in
I
support.
have a bunch of them under correspondence already.
Correspondence is later, so it probably would probably fit that.
Want me to do them now?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me find them here. Okay, put them all down here. We have one letter from Mr. Randy Goodwin, to whom it may concern, in the Rangeley Board of Selectmen. As a longtime resident and business owner, I am concerned about the town's ordinance in regards to the sale of cannabis products and want those who are involved in drafting the language and proposing the regulations to have ample time and opportunity to do so. I support the extension of the current moratorium to give them the time that they need. Please vote to extend. Thank you, Randy Goodwin. I have a letter from Millie Hoekstra regarding the marijuana moratorium. It's lengthy, so stand by. As I was reading through the downtown revitalization plan, this process involves input from many of the community, and is noted that that one thing not wanted in Rangeley, in bold letters and underlined, is a drug pot business or store, page 57. A few questions. What has been done since the passage of the moratorium to ascertain the wishes of the residents of Rangeley? I'll answer number 1 quickly. The process, the ordinance has been delivered to the Board of Selectmen, put in the hands of the lawyers for review. Once the review comes back on the 14th or somewhere thereabouts, we will then schedule public hearings. After that, we will move from that point forward. Number 2, have the second homeowners been given a survey or asked their input on the topic? They have a vested interest in the future of the community. That is self-explanatory. At present, I understand that the only restriction is not within 500 feet of a school. What consideration has been given to churches, daycare centers, facilities providing after-school programs? We need time to look into the criteria and restrictions prior to bringing this into Rangeley. Has the comments in downtown revitalization plan been considered? This group of active, caring Rangeley residents have expressed desire for the future of the community. No pot or drug stores, underlined. I believe that the wishes of all of those vested in the future of Rangeley community should be heard. Please take the time to hear the voice of the people. Please consider the impact this will have on the youth and the young people of our town. Please continue the moratorium for another 188 days. Millie Hoekstra. Thank you. Next is from Ellen Oppenheim, who excuse me, we could do this one after I'm done. Unfortunately, I'm out of town and unable to vote at the meeting tonight. However, I would like to vote to extend the marijuana moratorium until after the public hearing has been convened. I further believe that the implementation plan for the town should be completed prior to the expiration of the moratorium. I would be happy to help if citizens are needed to populate a community to work on such a plan. Populate a committee to work on such a plan. Thank you for receiving public input on this matter. Regards, Ellen Oppenheim. Pass that to the press. Wait till I'm done next time. Anything else?
No, that's just those comments, because they.
Perfect, I agree.
Mr. Philbrick, it wasn't just the press who was concerned they didn't have a copy.
If it's not gonna come through here, then I'm not gonna discuss it. And you can raise your hand like everybody else. Let me finish the
You were just
letters.
disrespectful to me, under your breath, I heard it.
All I
So I'm
saw
making
was
something
you-
very clear.
Are you done?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. Next time, please bring it here. It's all I want you to do. All I want anybody to do.
I had actually spoke saying that I didn't have a copy of it either, just not to get involved in this, but.
Folks, I'm in the middle of reading everything. It can wait. It can wait. It doesn't need to be adversarial, nor do I want it that way. Next is we have a motion on the floor. We've read it. Anything?
I don't know if there's any further public comment or not.
Anything from the board? All those in favor of extending the moratorium for another 180 days, please raise your hand. All in favor? Thank you. Next, general, what's the A for? Assistance, thank you, appendices A, B, C, and D. John, you want to give us a little update on this, please?
Yeah, MMA for years has been developing a general assistance ordinance to comply with state law and federal law. And they've developed it in a way that you don't have to update the ordinance every year, you only have to update the appendices. The appendices are put together by the Department of HUD, Housing and Urban Development, and they deal with what's a fair rent for rent with heat, without heat, what's a fair amount of money for food for a family of one up to a family of 8. There's different rates there, and they adjust these every year. So to remain in compliance, you need to adopt these. And the law is set up so, because it's an amendment to the ordinance, it's set up so that the selectmen can amend it. It doesn't have to go to a town meeting for a vote. So these are the latest up-to-date appendices. We do this every year, and you can do your own study if you want, but it's time-consuming and very rarely saves
I think
you
everything that
money.
they submitted to us is very detailed.
Yeah, and very right on target for
Yeah.
our area, so all 4 of those appendices have some minor changes to them, up and actually food actually went down in the previous year, but I would recommend you just adopt the 4 appendices presented.
Anything from the board?
Make a motion.
Please.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion, we approve the general assistance appendices A, B, C, and D.
Second.
Anything else? All in favor? No opposed, thank you. Disbursement warrants, FY19. Let me go back to marijuana moratorium. Millie, you had asked what the time frame would be. I'm gonna get with John tomorrow or the next day that John is in, and we're gonna lay out a time frame, and I'll bring it to the Board of Selectmen prior to the next meeting as to what our public hearing schedule will be, and we'll make that available for everybody out at the front. It'll be posted here. So you guys, everybody will have an opportunity to find out when the public hearing dates are. So if you can't make one of them, at least you'll get to see the taping of it, the audio of it. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Sir?
Are we gonna need, is the ordinance committee going to need to quickly draft a medical marijuana ordinance? Because there's nothing. Right, this is the adult use one that we've got on the
Correct.
table right now, so I got to imagine.
Correct.
that
The
we
minute
might
we
go
get
over.
our material back from the lawyer, I've written that down in my minutes here, I'll make sure that that is another aspect that either gets included into it or, I'm sorry?
No, thank you.
Yep, it'll get included into it, but I would imagine too that it would be incumbent upon the committee to participate in this, so there's nothing holding you all back in your committee to come up with a draft that can be reviewed.
Right, well, I think we certainly need to, or we're, in 180 days or whatever it is, we're right back here again going, what do we got?
Well,
Nothing.
remember too, there's some options in that regard as well too, all right?
Okay, all right.
All right. Who's your chairman?
Me.
So do we need a motion from the board to request the ordinance committee? Is that, because the ordinance committee,
You wanna make it official?
just to follow proper protocol, because the ordinance committee,
Are they
acts-
disbanded?
The ordinance committee, no, but they act at the request of the Board of Selectmen.
Make your motion.
Is this the cart before, all right, so my concern is, the fact that, and the ordinance committee, they spent a lot of time drafting this current ordinance without public hearing or feedback. Should we have public hearings first and then have the ordinance committee act? I mean, what's the proper protocol? Because, if we have to just send it back because, we've got results from the survey or we've got, overwhelming, I just don't want to recreate the wheel.
No, the ordinance comes first and then the public hearings. There's nothing to have a public hearing about if you don't have the ordinance.
I think the public has already expressed interest tonight and other nights through letters and requests to all of us personally and privately that they want safeguards for the community, and it's incumbent upon the ordinance committee to bring a draft proposal for legal review before we can put it in a public hearing form. Because the first thing everybody's gonna ask for is legal scenic. Are we talking about something that makes sense or doesn't make sense?
Well, yeah, they want, but, the thing of it is, we're not gonna have public hearings and all of this feedback from folks and not take it into account and just say, well, this is the ordinance that was approved by the attorney. Thanks for speaking, but this is what you're voting on. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do, but you asked the ordinance committee to come up with a
Still required to have
proposal.
public hearings.
You asked the ordinance committee to come up with a proposal initially, and then it got reviewed, and now we're going to public hearings. I don't understand the difference.
Yeah. I guess,
Help me.
do you understand what I'm saying, John?
Yeah, I think in light of the fact that apparently the ordinance that's been created doesn't deal with medical marijuana at all. And certainly sounds like the vast majority of people don't want this to take place downtown. And maybe the ordinance committee ought to be looking at the medical portion in light of the new amended medical marijuana law. Now that the law's in place, what does that do for the town of Rangeley? So maybe you want to look at that right away, because that seems to be the biggest concern about extending the moratorium.
Does that address Cindy's issue? Because I don't think it does.
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah.
They meet right away, because the medical one is the issue that
That-
without a moratorium or without an ordinance, medical can come in and go anywhere they want without the town being able to do anything.
Yeah, well, we just put a moratorium on it, so that's not gonna happen.
Well,
You already did
that.
You voted that, so
Yeah.
that's fine, but to begin so that you're ready in time for when you
Right.
vote both ordinances.
I mean, maybe the way to go is just add it into the existing ordinance. It's,
One thing the state did was they made a specific effort to separate medical
know.
marijuana from recreational. So
Right.
maybe the town should address that as well.
yeah.
Okay, that's a good point.
Because when we wrote the ordinance, we, any kind of stuff that was in there, we made it harder, basically.
Yeah, nothing.
The distances from schools, all that stuff, everything. So, I don't know, maybe just morph it into one ordinance. I don't know if we can do that. or
But the
not.
vocabulary needs to be established,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the text needs to be established, correct?
So- Yeah, so I'll make a motion that we ask the ordinance committee to meet and draft a
Medical.
medical marijuana ordinance for, public comment and review.
Second.
Any discussion from the board? Comments? Quickly.
As one who's on the ordinance committee,
Yes.
I don't think it'll take us a long time if we work with what we've already got.
Thank you. Valerie?
Just that,
Valerie, could you stand up? I can't see you. Thank you.
just that, I'm getting what Cindy's saying, which is, we want the ordinance committee to draft something, so we have something to debate, just to know that when it comes to debate, can go back to the ordinance committee to take in the comments and change it again, so it isn't the last, what gets presented.
Plus it's gotta pass the lawyer test.
Yeah, like the lawyer test is like the first one,
Yeah.
but then it's gotta pass the citizen test.
Right.
The
And then the
citizens,
citizens, you gotta modify for what the citizen input is.
Actually,
So that's
Right.
the
my-
steps that have been taken up to this point are the ordinance committee has drafted. Then it came to the Board of Selectmen, we shipped it to legal. When it comes back from legal, we have something to tangibly put our hands on that's passed the sniff test for the lawyer. Then we bring it to you all for the citizen test.
And that's great, as long as we want to be clear that it's still modifiable. That's
always
what I think.
modifiable.
It's modifiable.
Yes.
It's modifiable to the point everybody comes in this room and votes.
Yeah, because I'm sure the lawyers are gonna tweak it and then
Right.
There you go.
we'll tweak
Okay.
it.
Point well taken, thank you. Anything else?
no, that's
We
it.
have a motion and a second, correct?
Mhm.
All in favor?
Mhm.
Any opposed? No? Thank you. Good, disbursement warrants.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve AP warrant 18 in the amount of $615,298.67.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments? All in favor? Thank you. Liquor license, Blue Orchid.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the liquor license renewal for the Blue Orchid restaurant.
Second.
Everything's all filled out, John? We're all set to go with this? Everything's there?
Everything's done.
We got it?
The
Yeah.
copy machine
Yep.
having a bad day?
Yeah, copier. We run out of ink or?
I don't know.
Moved
all
and
here,
seconded. Any comments, questions? All in favor? Next, Tranit and Rangeley Friends of the Performing Arts, liquor license.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve Tranet and Rangeley Friends of the Performing Arts liquor license renewal application.
We all set? Any comments, criticism? All in favor? Thank you to the Performing Arts for all you do. Same with Blue Orchid, I should have said that sooner. I read the correspondence, there's nothing else, correct? Old business, downtown revitalization plan update. Hello, go ahead, Shelley.
I just want to remind everybody that on Wednesday after school from 6 to 8, we are having the final input for the downtown revitalization plan. So if you have something to say, now's the time to do it. Or then's the time to do it.
Thank you. It's at the school, correct?
Cool, yep,
6 to 9 p.m.?
6 to 8.
6 to 8. Thank you. Under new business, Dorset Road name change. Tom.
Just an overview.
All right, tell us the situation though, give us the high points.
So the fire chief came to me and said they had problems on a call finding an individual that was a victim of a stroke. Because Dorset Road has a section that's impassable in the middle of it. So I think we need to probably notify the people that live on that road, it's kind of a loose association, that there is an issue there for emergency response. See if they want to fix that portion of the road, or if they'd be okay with just a simple Dorset Road East, Dorset Road West, so that emergency response can effectively be brought in by dispatch. quickly.
Just points of clarification, Dorset Road is not a town
No, it's a private
maintained
road.
road, private road.
Yes, private road.
And so for the ease of 911 access and fire access, the citizens have to do something to bring it up to snuff, or rename it.
That would probably be the best choice, either one of those, so.
And have you had any more contact with them? Have they responded to your letters or
I
anything?
have not sent out a letter yet, I wanted to inform you first and see if you're okay with that.
Any comments from the board?
Mr. Chairman.
Sounds like a plan.
Go ahead.
I know that the board is aware, but at 2 Dorset Road, there was a gate that leads to the John Shinnis property. And
Which side of this
That would be
picture?
the east side of the
East
Dorset
side.
Road. And because addresses cannot be in the negative, at the gate, from the gate on in is Helen's Lane. So I don't know whether that falls into a concern here for fire protection, emergency services, or anything else. But because addresses cannot be in the negative number, a new street name from the gate in had to be developed.
Oh, come look at this picture, Gary.
It's going
'Cause
the
it-
other way, Gary.
Right.
Because that's Dorset Road there, and then you have
Okay.
Hoffman's property, and then Dorset Road continues on the other side of his
That's
property.
correct, yeah, that leads into the Halley property and on down the line.
Right, so this is the section he's talking about right here, on this. This Helen's Way is right here,
Helen's Lane.
and this is the section right there that's
Okay.
impassable.
Right, okay.
So does that impact your comment?
It does not, well, I'm just informing you that that is maybe one continuous stretch, all the way from the M&H property through John's property, which is Helen's Lane, and then on through to the impassable. This is all Dorset Road.
Right,
This is all one continuous road.
correct.
But
But
from
Helen's
here
Way is
in,
defined as.
Helen's over, yeah, got it. All right,
just point of interest.
Just a quick point, that is the official state addressing map, so the dispatch would know that Helen's Lane is.
This is the map they'll use. Yeah.
But the people that are there might not.
well, I guess the thing is, let us know, keep us informed. What they, yes, go ahead, Shelley.
Didn't we have another issue with the road names being the same, like east and west, wasn't that down below, by Russell Cove?
I'm not sure.
I thought we had, didn't we have something
There was
that
some time
came up
ago,
for
you're
that?
Yes, there was.
And we had to change it completely because east and west, people didn't know what side they were on.
And that's why I wanted to get some feedback. If it's gonna be wise, we just change the name completely so that
Right,
there's no confusion at all, then we might wanna go that route. I think
Right.
the main thing would be to inform the residents there, that association, and then see what action they're willing to take as far as possibly fixing that road stretch, which would be
right.
one way to do it.
I think if they knew that it wasn't passable, then I would assume the association would be like, or at least the homeowners would be like, okay, what do we have to do? I mean,
But it's all John Hoffman's property.
oh,
It's his property that goes to the lake that isn't passable.
oh, okay.
So there's only like 3 or 4 residents on either side of it to access it.
Thank you.
Let's tell them which side of the
Are
road.
you looking for any guidance or advice from us, or
No, I
Can you
just, I know the selectmen basically will approve the name change when that time comes, I just wanted to inform you so you're aware of the situation.
in the past, when I was involved in this thing, in order to change a road name, it required quite a bit of legging on your part, approval from all the people concerned, submission of names. There was some work to it. It
There's
wasn't
an
easy.
application we need to send to the
Correct.
state as well, so.
Right. All set with that? Thank you. Get to my last page here somewhere. I lost my last page. Yes, please. Thank you, just leave it there. Town manager report, department head updates. Got anything for us, John?
No, just what's in your booklet.
Okay. We did receive updates from Keith, from Tom Willis, at the code enforcement officer. There we go, I got it. Thank you. Thank you. Hang on, let me get to it. Tom's looking for a staff of 12 to help him in a massive I'm just kidding. Get rid of the nard.
What's that your budget cost?
He does give us an update on the Dorset Road, thank you.
Work for free.
And from Keith, he talks about highway, plowing, parks, etc. Fire department update. It's a good point, good time to talk about the fire department. I have a picture here in front of you of our fire chief's wife and their twins that were born when? November 21st. Oh, I thought that was 21 inches long. No, November 21st. And everybody is healthy and happy and we're in good shape. Congratulations, Chief Bacon, and get back to work now. All right. Absolutely.
So I keep hearing on the news that everyone's running out of salt and sand. How are we doing?
As far as budget today, we spent a lot of $2,000 deliveries for salt, so probably at least 7. Keith might have a better.
I don't like to sound like, I get you an answer for
Okay.
We just had some delivered, when, Friday?
this morning.
This morning. It was
Yes,
supposed to be here Friday, it arrived this morning. It was good for until the next storm.
Right. Well, a lot of people are like concerned with their budgets and stuff, so that's.
I'll let you know what the stand, the stockpile looks, we're good, standings with the stockpile, stand wise, but I will get you a number for salt, a rough idea where we're at.
Just curious to how we were.
Real early.
I heard everyone else
Yeah.
panicking, so I'm like, whoa!
Yeah, it's a record November on top of that, just so you know, it's, since '75 when Frenchie started keeping records.
Wow.
This is the most snowfall ever in November, at 33.5 inches, what recorded at Chick Hill. It beats the,
97 one?
beats, 02 was about 22 inches.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And through that 40-year span,
Don't make me holler at you. I already got one woman mad at me. I don't need another.
so through 75 forward, our average snowfall is 8.7 inches for the month of November.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow.
Really? Wow.
I haven't been out of pocket, I need these.
Yeah, so we're at,
You're a comedian over there.
I'm serious.
Oh, yeah.
3:30 this morning.
We received a status report from the police chief. We have 1 arrest, 162 incidences. Everybody's been busy. We have a report from the Economic Development Coordinator. Lengthy. Talks about, lengthy to the extent there's a lot going on. Government organizations, committees, contact follow-ups, grants, community infrastructure funding. Gentleman has been busy. His name is Daryl Starling. Appreciate your work. Any comments, John? Tracy, you all set?
Very thorough.
Let's talk about the calendar.
Just reminder tomorrow, Olympia Snow's office is having a representative here at 11.
Would that be Senator Collins?
She's not coming.
Senator Snow, Collins, yeah, I mean, it tells you how far back I've gone. So sorry about that, yeah. Senator Collins' office is having a representative here at 11 o'clock in this room.
Is it 10 to 11?
10 to 11.
10 to 11.
Should have asked.
10 to 11.
10 to 11, part of that, right?
Anything else? Thank you. Any communications from my colleagues here on the table?
Just,
Yeah,
don't
thank
forget
you.
school Wednesday.
Before we go into executive session, in case we don't see you at the next meeting, I know sometimes it's hard to get here, wish you all a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year for you all and your families and everybody here in Rangeley.
Same
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate your time and effort coming here.
Thank you, folks.
Need a motion to go to executive session.
I'm gonna make a motion to go into executive session pursuant to MSRA Title I, Chapter 13, Subchapter 1, Subsection 405, Personnel, 4056A, consultation with legal counsel, Subsection 40516.
Somebody second that, please?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? We're moving into executive session.
Quick note, you downgraded me to 12?